Hey y'all, it's your girl Janique, Real Talk New York with Jenny.
They got up in vanity. What a calamity. Got the audacity. Got the audacity.
Big up yourself, large up yourself. Okay guys, so I was scrolling on TikTok where I came upon something that says a black girl crying, a dark-skinned black girl saying, I hate being dark-skinned, and she was crying and crying and crying. Okay.
And it might be a sign of the way I feel. And I know I sometimes shouldn't feel this way. But I woke up today and I asked myself, just being honest, like, what is it, Sharice, that you don't like about yourself? What are some things that you can fix? What are some things that you think you could change about yourself? Or you just don't like? And the only thing I could think about was, a lot of the times I hate that I'm dark skinned. Because I'm always feeling like I'm in a constant battle. I'm always trying to fight to prove a point, to make myself fit in.
Guys, I understand what she's going through. Listen, ladies, it's a lot for dark skin to wear the skin that we are in. So if you weren't meant for it, God wouldn't have put you in that skin. Okay, if you weren't meant to carry this skin, God wouldn't have made you a dark-skinned woman. Okay, understand that. You have to be proud of who you are. I know it's easier said than done because I was raised different, right? I was raised to love my dark skin. And here's an example. When I came up from Jamaica, right, first of all, I wasn't born here. I was born in Jamaica. And my mother always told me in Jamaica when I was going to school, black is beauty, whatever. I'm not gonna say the rest of it, but there's a Jamaican saying, okay? If you're Jamaican, you know it. All right. So anyhow, so my mama used to always put that saying in my head, so I always felt proud. I always thought I was beautiful, and I thought I was pretty. So growing up, when I came to this country, America, and I was at a culture shock because of the fact that I literally saw black boys say my hair was nappy. Like, that's the first time I've ever heard that term, right? And as a kid, don't tell me about my experience. Don't debate my experience. You're not gonna invalidate me with your narcissism. Don't come here. Any narcissists, don't come on this post. So when I came to this country, and it was a culture shock because when I was in Jamaica, I was all around black kids, and it was not no teasing for your blackness. It was no teasing. Black boys in this country, I was shocked that black boys who looked like me was the main culprit, tearing me down. I had a big argument with a black boy one time in high school about a black American boy in high school, talking about, oh, nappy hair, and I had to put him in his place. Sweetie, you have the same hair as me. You hate yourself. I blew him up in front of the whole gym. He thought I was gonna cry like regular black girls. I was like, you hate yourself. I was like, you hate yourself. You don't like yourself. That's why you could sit down and tell me about something that you have, that you hate. I went off on him, right? I went off on him because I love me. I'm black. I'm proud, right? So I'm very, like, you're not gonna play with me on certain levels, right? So what I'm trying to say this story because this environment in America is not healthy for black people or black women, period. I think a lot of people should, if you have the finances, you should leave this country and go live elsewhere, right? Because you're amongst so many races and so many people tearing you down. It's not easy for a black woman. And the black American men, yes, there's colorism in all races, but I just sense a difference. I'm sorry. There's a little of hate for self, and it's not only the men, it's the environment. And like, I was watching this brick video, and so many men were saying, she deserve it because she's dark. I don't know if that's why, but I'm assuming that's why. And a lot of women, dark-skinned women, we go through a lot. We face colorism growing up, like from as a kid growing up. I remember growing up, I'm had a light skin. The mother would always call, with it like this, literally the same age, say 11 months apart. The mother would literally call my mother and say, I'm making her do things. I'm the bad one. Why? Because it's a colorist. I'm dark skinned, so I'm the bad one. And this is as a kid. But I always recognized the behavior because I've always known like the things that she would say out her mouth. I know why she would say it. But for another darker skinned woman, if it's not me and I'm not mentally prepared, because my mother mentally prepared me for this. Because I guess my other sister, she's light skinned, but I'm telling you, my mother mentally prepared me to wear my skin. Because as a kid, she used to always drill in my head, black is beauty. She used to, I don't know why she would say it, but now that I'm older, I understand. She was drilling in my head. She was mentally preparing me for wearing my dark skin. Right? And some people, they're not mentally prepared for that. A lot of people are, and as a kid, they're being broken down. Your skin is bad, you're ugly, and even boys, especially black boys. One thing about American boys, I know that most of them, from my experience when I came here as an immigrant, they don't like dark-skinned girls. Especially in my neighborhood, it would be like a thing where dark-skinned girl was supposed to be ugly, and a lot of times where they want to humble darker skinned girls, because if you feel confident about yourself, they have to dim your light. Humble yourself. You know, you have to dim your light. There's a lot of attacks, a lot of snood comments about dark skin. I get it. It's a hard skin to wear. I get it. You're not pretty because you're dark skinned, but you have to uplift yourself. You have to big up yourself. You have to find beauty within you. You have to don't go where you're tolerated, go where you're celebrated. If you feel uncomfortable around a group of people, you need to leave that environment where you're from. You know, like you could see it. You have to leave. You have to learn to love you. You're valuable. You have to leave something that's not okay with you. So an environment that doesn't feel right, it doesn't feel good. Leave that environment alone. You have to learn self-love. You cannot be making yourself look bad like that on TikTok and making yourself, because the enemy won now. Your haters, whoever's trying to bring you down for your complexion, they won. They want to see that. They want to see you crying in a corner, sobbing, I hate my dark skin. I hate my dark skin. They want to see you crying about your skin. No, you have to push through. You got to find beauty within you. You have to find beauty within yourself. And you know what? You have to clap back, sis. Clap back. If they're making jabs at your skin tone, you better be so proud within. You better be so proud within and understand your skin that you're wearing is something that it takes pride. You have to have strength to wear your skin as a black woman, as a dark-skinned black woman, because then you have other races think they're better than black people. Then you have your own black people tearing you down. Then you have the black men. It's like so many people on top of your back when you're black. Like kind of isolate yourself. You kind of like to have to isolate yourself and learn to cultivate joy from within. Stop seeking external validation. Learn to cultivate joy from within. Again. For the people who want growth, the people who want to feel better, stop seeking external validation. All right, guys, big up yourself. But we're going to talk more about this topic about colorism, but it's put into you as a child. Sometimes like two kids could do something, a light skin and a dark skin. And guess what? The dark skin one will be blamed, consistent be in trouble. Why? Because the skin is darker. That colorism is so deep ingrained in the toxicity is so ingrained in the black community. I could go on so much about this topic, so many things I've overheard. And sometimes people will hurt your feeling just by saying stuff like black and crusty, and they're not even caring about who they're hurting. They think it's so funny. People have to be more cautious of what they're saying and whose feelings they could be hurting. And I had to grow as a person, because I used to say little comments, slick stuff, and be bad. You know, like this. I used to be like the diss queen when I was younger. I used to be like the clapback queen, the dissing champion when I was younger. Ladies, start dissing back, clapping back. Start boosting yourself. Start doing what it is to boost your self-esteem. Separate yourself. Build your self-worth. Enhance your beautiful traits. Whatever you think is beautiful about you, enhance it. Start wearing bright colors. Start doing things to make yourself feel better. America is not a healthy place for black women. Real talk, New York with Jenny. Big up yourself, large up yourself. I love you guys.